Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. Almost there, boys.
All right, we're good to go on our end, so anytime.
Yes, sir. Do I need my camera on? Okay. You need to move me up to stream. Oh, I'm in stream channel. Am I in there? I'm not in stream channel. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I just saw it. Sorry. Yep. Here we go. At my age, everything works slowly. Sorry.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. We have another night of FSL. So we're getting set up here. It'll be the first match will be LittleReaper and TyphoonFusion. I'm joined here with DB and Seth. How you guys doing?
Good, good.
Good. Okay. So DB has his game review as usual. So we're gonna play that real quick while these guys get ready. I believe they're done with the map vetoes. So for now, we're gonna play DB's assessment of the game between LittleReaper and TyphoonFusion. So hang tight.
Good evening and welcome back to another exciting edition of our Friends Family Fun StarCraft League. I'm your host, DB. For those of you who are just joining us for the first time, we want to thank you very much for attending and being part of this today. We're glad to have you here. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask at any time, and we would love to answer them. And for those of you who are returning and viewing our league this season, thank you again. We really appreciate having you as well and following us. So before we get started here, let's look at our first two players tonight on our Code A, Group A matchup. We have LittleReaper versus TyphoonFusion. Now, this is an interesting matchup. And before we talk about why it's interesting, let's look at our players. TyphoonFusion is our Protoss player in the Silver League. He's 11 years old. He came in 5th place last season, and he likes his favorite StarCraft 2 strategy is lots of blink stalkers and prisms, and his favorite StarCraft 2 player is Hero. On the other side, we have our another Protoss player, I should say, LittleReaper, in the Silver League as well. Only 7 years old. He likes to use warp prisms and immortals. He came in 2nd place last season, and his favorite StarCraft 2 player is Stats. All right, so what makes this an interesting matchup today? Okay, so LittleReaper has already qualified for the playoffs, sitting in first place right now. TyphoonFusion, unfortunately, even if he wins, cannot advance to the playoffs. However, he is coming off of a very important win on his last game, and a win here could actually, if he can do a 2-0 win, I should say, could move LittleReaper there into 2nd place, not 1st place, which would change and not give him a bye week. So, kind of important here for LittleReaper, even though he is in the playoffs, to secure his bye week and to have that free time to prepare for the playoff game. So, without further ado, can TyphoonFusion pull off an upset victory here and bring LittleReaper down to 2nd place? We shall see. That being said, good luck, gentlemen. Have fun.
All right, thanks DB for that introduction. and your view of this exciting Code A matchup. You guys will be the commentators for today. The observer will be Dark Menace. I'll be running production. This is Freedom again, and we are good to go.
All right, thank you, KJ.
Right, let's make sure the players are ready. Looks like we're ready to go. Let's start the game. How are you, DB?
I'm sorry, say again, Seth?
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm really excited about these matchups tonight. Obviously, this first one, like I was talking about, LittleReaper's, he's already in. He doesn't have to worry about winning. But, it's an important game still, because if he loses 2 in a row right here, and goes 0-2, he could move down, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So move down to second.
FSL Season 2 Code A.
All right, you know what? We don't have Dark Menace to observe for us. We're gonna have to follow Freedom. So let's introduce the players. We have on the top right the blue Protoss. He is
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner are teal Protoss.
TyphoonFusion.
so actually LittleReaper, I believe, selected random, so he didn't choose Protoss, but then he did get his best race. So it just throws off a little bit of planning or preparation for TyphoonFusion, but I don't think it matters right now.
I don't think it matters. He's doing his wall at the top, which is good.
Because TyphoonFusion scouted really early, finds out he's Protoss. So I like this about scouting early, especially for lower level players. So just to see and figure out what's going on.
Especially if you're playing a random.
Yeah, and plus in this level, it's been rampant with a lot of cheeses.
Right.
So you got to figure out if a cannon rush is on the way or any type of cheese. But there's a pylon block for TyphoonFusion. The thing is, I don't think LittleReaper has any intention expanding anytime soon. So that's, it's going to be 100 minerals. It's going to set him back. And it's really not going to buy him anything at this point.
Right.
Although he is banking some minerals there, but I think this is completely closed off. Yes, it is. So he can't go down there anyway.
Oh, and he's not cancel. Yeah, he can't cancel the core.
Yeah, you don't want to cancel the core, and you're gonna have to destroy one of.
Oh yeah.
You block yourself in, but you're gonna have to destroy one of your gateways to do so.
I guess he doesn't have to do that right away, though. He can get set up.
It's a pretty expensive investment that you're gonna have to destroy, right?
Right.
But he is completely supply blocked. There are 3 pylons on the way to make him more unsupply blocked, and so he's chronoing out adepts. So he better rally those adepts on the other side of the wall, otherwise they'll be trapped inside his base.
Right.
But then there are 2 stargates coming in. One of the things that TyphoonFusion had trouble dealing with from previous opponents
was Void Ray?
Airplay.
Yeah, airplay. Right.
Or any type of airplay. And so I think that's what LittleReaper is going to be counting on. So here are the 2 adepts. They get their shades out so that they can get to their destination faster. And this is going to be a pretty good harass. So he needs to be able to identify this. That's not enough, because this is going to kill a lot of probes before you can kill these 2 adepts. So, all right. So you know what? That's good that he's already started chipping away these adepts, but he needs to get them. It's going to shade over. It's going to kill a lot of probes here. And there's 1, there's 2, there's a good pull away by TyphoonFusion. right? And I think that the depths are gonna try to shade out, and it does. It's good that TyphoonFusion sent his pros to mine again. You know what? I like where TyphoonFusion is in terms of unit control so far, but these adepts got through again. So
Right.
yeah, so he warps in two more stalkers, outplayed, and here's some. He's now he's like, you know what? I can micro this and type at the same time. He's gonna shade out, but he's probably gonna lose both of these now because they're
Yeah.
really low health. At the end of the day, there are Void Rays coming, and there's an outplayed Void Ray coming, but there are enough stalkers here to be able to shoo this out. Uses his
Right.
prismatic alignment way too early, but now it's gonna get caught. Well, it's gonna run up to that high ground. It's gonna go there safely, but he can see it. So, all right, so he loses that void. You know what? LittleReaper's pretty behind here because he doesn't have an expansion. He's making more shield batteries in his main base. There is a a forward pylon with a gate. Oh no, that is a
Oh, it's a Typhoon.
counter
And
Void
I
Ray
don't.
play with another Void Ray play.
He can't see this, can he? This is out of vision.
Yeah, it is out of vision.
VeryCool online.
Oh, he did see the pylon, I think.
Yeah, he did see the pylon. So,
Prismatic.
but he doesn't know that that is a Stargate, and there's gonna be two Stargates, and he can fund this much better than LittleReaper can.
Right. And he still hasn't expanded, so this is not good.
He hasn't even destroyed that initial pylon block.
Right.
So. But let's see. I mean, he invested a lot of shield batteries, so that will keep him safe for a while.
I like that move, just sending 1
But
sentry.
here it is. Now he sees it. He's gonna be able to snipe that one of Void Ray because it was by itself. Stalkers
Needed-
didn't come in to help, but you know what?
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
not in
three.
time. You needed that battery shields. Or shield battery, sorry.
Yeah, but let's see if he can pick off one. Yes, he does pick off one. So I think he might abandon this Stargate play. Get out of my house.
Kind
So there's a lot of banter here going on. All right. So where are we? We are still almost even supply. TyphoonFusion is mining on his natural, even though it's not fully saturated in his main. And LittleReaper decides to go Fleet Beacon. I think he's gonna maybe switch to Tempest to be able to siege that from afar. I mean, these Immortals can't get down there. Because, they're trapped. He's gonna have to destroy the gateways. But I think he's gonna try to bait him in to the Immortals. And here it is. The Immortals are in range and are able to put those Stalkers in low health. And he does not have high ground vision, but he will have it soon. There's more Stalkers, and you know what? These Void Rays come in, he can take that ledge there.
Right. Get those
Here's the
Immortals.
Tempest play that we were talking about. There's shield batteries it's coming in. And so yeah.
It's got a warp gate too. All right.
Yeah, so it really shows just from the initial get-go that TyphoonFusion's unit controls what's way better. His expansion and his preparation is much better from his previous game. So
Yeah.
let's see what happens here. There's a Tempest being revealed. He does a prismatic alignment way too early though, and you know what? He's gonna lose both of or at least one. And LittleReaper backs off. Good micro. Didn't lose a single unit there. So let's see what TyphoonFusion decides to do here, because this is now a unit control micro battle, right? And LittleReaper has a really good unit control here. This is not a good fight for TyphoonFusion. Needs to back up.
Right.
Because those Immortals will shell at those Stalkers. And yeah, he just needs to run back to his shield battery and pick off those Void Rays.
I would even make a couple more shield batteries at this point.
Yeah, but these Tempests are getting their upgrades to be able to take care of ground much better. Ground structure, that is. So, yeah, I think at this point, unless you're really committed to the air, I think you might just have to abandon this. Or if you have Blink, and just... Oh, that's good warp in. It's a lot of units. Because with all of these stalkers, you need to have Blink so you can blink right under these air units to really pick it off real quick.
Well, meanwhile, he has not expanded yet, and we have six worker advantage to TyphoonFusion.
So he's trying to get through that blocked off choke, and he's probably gonna do LittleReaper a favor if he does destroy those. But he could probably just needs to take a chill pill and just get more units, right? Because he has the eco advantage. LittleReaper is not expanding. Let's see how many minerals he has left. Look at these. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mineral patches left. And he's gonna run dry pretty soon. So if TyphoonFusion just camps out at the natural with a big army, right,
can hold him off.
There's this one Phoenix that gets picks off. I mean, that wasn't gonna do anything. This is what I'm talking about, blinking. So if he's able to blink down there, he can pick off that one Tempest. But
it looks like Typhoon's supply block now.
Yeah. So he just needs to chill there. He doesn't need to press the issue. Yeah, he doesn't need to break this.
Right.
He can pick off that Void Ray, but just keep warping in units. At the same time, LittleReaper keeps making Tempests. These are now upgraded Tempests with that orange ball that they shoot. So I like this. He's just gonna go home, but I would have liked it better if he just postured there in the natural to see when he's gonna expand. Right? He is dropping a Robo, but the Robo's not going to help him against these Tempests. But you know what? As long as he keeps warping in Stalkers...
Oh, there he goes. He's opening up now.
Yeah, there he is. He's opening it up now.
Okay, so this could get interesting. I know for a fact that LittleReaper has been practicing quite a bit. And I was watching a couple of his streams, and he was winning back to back to back. So I think his confidence is up. And I think even though Typhoon still has the advantage here, this might get a little bloody, for lack of a better term.
He just needs to keep warping in units, right? Because he has the money. He just needs to make get some supply. Because right now he's been supply blocked for a while now, and I think these are small things that he could really improve on.
Right.
Air Defilons finally, but he needs to warp in more units, like right now, for this battle. The Immortals are late to the party here. He lost all of his ground forces already. The Immortals going to get warped, dropped at the main base, but there are a lot of Stalkers here.
Yeah,
so
there's a lot.
Be careful, right? He might be able to pick out that Warp Prism. If he does, he's... Yeah, one more shot! Oh. Wow. But yeah, that's why you need Blink, right? So here the Tempest is probably going to be able to snipe this third base. Yeah, because with that upgrade, it really does a lot of damage. So I think now we're 2 base versus 2 base. TyphoonFusion has lost his advantage. But he's not dead yet. So I think he can muster up enough army to be able to, contest this and then even counter. But he doesn't really need Immortals right now because he just needs more Stalkers, and he needs to get blinked.
And he needs Pylons because he's supply blocked again. So I think that's another thing, being on top of that.
And here's some harass from the back. And this SimCity is working against TyphoonFusion. He needs to bring his army up there with the Immortals so that these guys can... They do serious work on buildings, and the upgrade is specifically increased damage. So here it is, right? So if he had Blink, he would be able to pick 1 or 2 off right away. But since he doesn't, now he's at the mercy of the ledge. Yeah. So I think these are situations that TyphoonFusion hasn't really encountered.
Yeah.
And he's not sure how to deal with it. Right? There's nothing in the production tab. Yeah, he keeps chasing it, but you know, these Tempests are, it's not that slow that they would get picked off right away. You need Blink to be able to pick them off.
And he can't make any more units. I mean, he's going to need, what, 5 pylons?
Yeah, I mean, because if you're just posturing there at the front of your base, might as well go counter, which he's doing now.
Right.
So
Right.
go counter, see what you can get done, bring everything with you,
Probes included.
and you can expand there. So this is gonna force, you know, at least to do something. It's gonna force LittleReaper to maybe recall. But let's see. He does need to make a nexus like right now, just in case. Oh, there is a recall. But you know what? Now he's under the army. Now he can pick off this army easily. He just needs to focus fire. There's 1 Tempest down. Take out the other Tempests. Yeah, but there's a shield battery there. So, alright. So now, where are we? They're both. They don't have any income. Well, he did not make a nexus back there. He probably should just send them back to mine. But we're at a standstill. I mean, they have a lot of money. They just need to make units. I think they're discombobulated with the turn of events, right? This is out of their element. Like, what should I do now, right? So...
This is definitely unusual.
yeah, TyphoonFusion went all the way to the top left, but it serves no purpose. The only purpose it serves is that he's out of position for LittleReaper. But TyphoonFusion did expand, which is good, on the right. So I think he should just go counter, see what he can get done. There won't be recall anytime soon. So he can damage these buildings and even force LittleReaper to have to fly back very slowly. So there we go. I think he can do a lot of damage here. Take out those shield batteries first. There it is. He's gonna try to fly back, but he needs to get damage done, like right now.
Get those probes, that's good. Yep.
I think LittleReaper forgot about the War Prism with the double Immortal. And the thing is, he doesn't know where TyphoonFusion is right now. Right, he's warping in, he's gonna start mining soon. He's gonna destroy this Nexus. And so we're in a weird spot here. So... there's the expansion by LittleReaper. But I don't think that's enough stalkers to deal with these many Tempests. Right, so, but I think, you know, at this point, once LittleReaper eliminates these units, he's just gonna fan out, find out the other base, and just fly there. I don't think there's enough time for TyphoonFusion to be able to deal with it. I think that, yeah, he's probably gonna fan out, check out the corners, check there. There's not that many other places. He's gonna go. Alright, so the observer is following. But you know, you need to start warping in pylons, gateways, and cyber. And if he does, oh, there it is. TyphoonFusion, LittleReaper is gonna find the expansion. He dropped in an Immortal.
He's headed that way with the Tempest.
Yeah, the Immortals, I think this is it. Yeah, this should be GG. You know, TyphoonFusion had a lot of windows there where he could have taken advantage. But, you know, it was a good job by LittleReaper. I think he's been practicing this Tempest composition, so he knows how to deal with it. He rushed to get the upgrade for the extra damage for buildings. But so TyphoonFusion's just running away. I mean, you know, he does have enough money to make so many Nexis, and he's gonna make another one here. And LittleReaper said, you know what? Don't make me look for you. And this is probably gonna go on for a little bit longer. He just needs to split up those Tempests.
Yeah.
Find them all in different locations. Right. And so, yeah, so he's building a pylon now. But if he did that earlier, he probably could have gotten, you know, units before he came to attack. But yeah, once this,
Yeah, he's got it here, it looks like.
but you know what? I think TyphoonFusion is still gonna run away. Still gonna try to build something. And I think that should. You know what? You could probably just kill the buildings with the DPS on building damage with these Tempests. But he said, you know what? There's the game. Alright. 20-minute game. Let's see. Game 2 is gonna be Ice and Chrome. This is LittleReaper's pick this time. So, since he's been playing a lot, I wonder if there are any reasons why he picked that specifically.
So that was definitely unconventional.
Alright, let's make sure our observer is in the game this time. Alright.
So I think that pretty much secures LittleReaper's first place position going into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think he already had it secured because
Yeah.
even if he tied with Fluffy, he already wins the head-to-head.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't, I think it was inconsequential. But players are ready. Let's get going. Game number 2. As they fix their cameras, and this is
FSL Season 2. Code A.
all right. Good luck. Have fun. Let's introduce the players. On the top right, we have the Teal Protoss down 0-1. He is
TyphoonFusion.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, our blue Zerg, actually a random player.
LittleReaper.
we have Dark Menace as our observer for this game. And so we have a PVZ, and it is a pool first. So I think he might get aggressive here, or might be a good build because TyphoonFusion decided to block the natural. And there is a forge on the way, so I think this is a little bit more committed block here. It's gonna drop. He probably should put that cannon in front of the pylon. So here's some drones that are being pulled, but he needs to target the cannons, right? You need 3 drones to kill a cannon before it finishes warping.
And you were saying put the pylon next to the cannon next to the pylon to decrease surface area. Is that correct?
Yes, that is
Right.
that's true too. But at this stage, you only really need 3. So like I said, because he didn't attack it with those 3 right away, the
Right.
cannon will finish.
So we got 6, 7. Looks like 6.
Things, but the second cannon's already there, and that's not going to work anymore. So that's a lot of investment.
Right.
Um,
Great
and I
start
think
for Typhoon.
This is a good start, and I think this is within his element of how he likes to play. Right from here, he might drop in a couple more gateways and just go, charge slot build. Right, so he makes one zealot for now. I was wondering when he was gonna drop his cyber, but there it is. There's a Roach Warren on the way though, so I think this Roach Warren, if LittleReaper wants to break out of this, he's gonna need that second gas, and there it is. There's that second gas. Because if you want to get some Ravagers, they're very gas heavy, and having to mine only off of one gas is, it's gonna take you forever to get the number of Ravagers you need to break out of that.
Right.
Although there are really only 2 cannons, and you only need to kill that first cannon in the front, and that's what I'm talking about, putting the cannon in front.
Right, makes sense.
Once that cannon, the second cannon falls, then they can just destroy that pylon easily.
Right.
But yeah, there's the Ravager, and now he's mining from both gases, and so he should be able to make a few more Ravagers. It's going to be one shot at a time, though. I'd like for TyphoonFusion to start dropping in a bunch of gateways. Right? I like the fact that he's expanded, but he needs to drop in more production facilities. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. He only has 1 Ravager, right? Because he was really gas starved. There's a second Ravager. LittleReaper, thinking that it might be DT, decides to put down a Spore right in the front.
I mean, this has got to be hurting LittleReaper because he's not expanded, and as Zerg, you want to be a base ahead, right?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things about Zerg when other players try to play it is trying to make sure your drone count is high. Right? And so he was stuck at 9 drones for a long time. And the reason for being stuck in 9 drones is because he used 6 drones already to mine both gases, and he never replenished them, right? So it's not like, when you're playing Protoss and you just keep pressing E and making some probes as you go. With a Zerg, it's, you don't have that same rhythm.
Right.
So, but yeah, he finally clears it out. There is a Stalker with some Zealots behind him, so he might put some pressure. Yeah, that might not be enough here. He needs to run. So he is kiting as much as he can.
Went for a third expansion.
Everything. He's pulling. That's a lot of lost mining with the very little amount of drones he has already. And these Zealots tank for that one Stalker. Stalker just needs to go home, get some more units, and come back again, right? And he has Warpin already. He probably should need to put a forward pylon. And there's a Twilight, which is good, right? I'd like him to research his bread and butter build, which is charge slots.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see if he does that. Puts down a cannon just in case, but he doesn't really need it right now. But yeah, he just needs to keep warping in, right? As Protoss, you got to take advantage of your warping cycles.
Right.
So every time the warping cooldown is done,
as soon as they're ready. Yep.
As soon as they're ready, you do it. There he goes.
Yeah. So I have one claim to fame here. As far as LittleReaper, one of his only losses this whole season was me.
That's right.
I got lucky. I got lucky on that first game against him, and here he is just tearing things up, and now he's in a tough spot. I'm actually surprised. So I hope TyphoonFusion here can hold on and make this interesting. That'd be fun.
Yeah, so there's, that's a lot of Stalkers. You can't kite that as easily as earlier.
Right.
And there is the charge upgrade, which is good. Followed by a DT Shrine. More gateways are coming, which is good. So I like where TyphoonFusion is now. He just needs to keep warping in. There are the Zealots. More Zealots are coming. And with that charge upgrade, that's going to be tough to deal with. You can't just kite that all day.
Right.
Right? So there's a lot of larva that LittleReaper have right now. That's a good bile. Targets it down. There's some miscontrol there. He targeted the destructible plates. So he lost a lot of DPS there. Takes care of. He stands in front. Stands in for the biles, and he runs away. And where are those charge slots that he warped in? I think they're back home right now. But once the charge slots come with, with that speed upgrade, it's going to be hard now to deal with as a Zerg if you do not have the right composition. And right now he doesn't have it. So there are more charge slots. This is his bread and butter play right here for TyphoonFusion. There are Overseers, but he's really not committing to Dark Templars. And with this many Zealots, that's going to be hard for LittleReaper to deal with. Because I don't think he has the units for it, right? Right now he has a Queen and 2 Ravagers.
And they're charged, so...
They're charge upgrades. So the thing about charge is it does the animation to run fast to charge an opponent, and as soon as it gets to the opponent, it does a specific amount of damage, right? So there are those guaranteed damage that it has. Oh, he did warp in some DTs. So this is a pretty scary army, at this stage of the match. And I think he's gonna run him over. LittleReaper does not have any units, and they're clicks around, and
just
that
so quickly took care of those.
Yeah, and he's not gonna be able to deal with it. You can have 100 drones in here right now, and you won't be able to deal with that many Zealots.
This could be his second loss.
Yeah, and I think playing random, that was a big risk, right?
Yeah,
he might draw a race that he's not really familiar with. So there is 1-1.
Wow.
So I wonder, let's see if he picks random again or he picks Protoss this time. So let's see. Let's get the game. It's going to be in Death Aura. And let's invite the players.
So I just have a feeling that's probably just because LittleReaper was just not familiar with Zerg as much. He plays more Protoss. He's familiar with the the hotkeys and everything, and
that is fair. So if that is the case, then maybe it's not time to do random yet.
Right. I do think though. I mean, like in the position he's in now, he really didn't have much to lose, right? So it's like, why not try a little random?
Yeah, that's true. But if he really wants to off race. Right, maybe Terran might be the better race for him, and right now he does have Protoss selected. So, but let me make sure. Race up, and I think he is gonna go Protoss.
Yeah, I would imagine he wants to go for the win. Go with your strongest.
Yeah, you don't wanna. Yep, there it is. Starting, we've got our observers and our admin on the lobby, and here we go. Game number 3. And you know what? Game number 1 was PvP. And TyphoonFusion didn't do too bad, right? The only difference was that LittleReaper had a more prepared build. He knew what he was doing, and he was comfortable with it. So let's see if TyphoonFusion decides to change things up. But, this is FSL.
FSL Season 2. Code A.
Alright, let's introduce the players. On the top left, tying it up 1-1, we have the red Protoss. He is
TyphoonFusion.
And spawning in the bottom right corner, we have our blue Protoss player.
Right. On cue, here is TyphoonFusion's early scout with a probe. Right. I like when he does this. It's just that sometimes maybe he does not need to commit to that pylon block in the natural.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But it doesn't look like he is. He's gonna go directly scout. But you know what? I think he drops that pylon block on his way out. So let's see if he does it this time. Okay, here's his quick scout. And I like this. He steals the gas. You know, that will really delay any type of plans that LittleReaper have, right?
And blocks the natural.
And blocks the natural. So I like the fact that he blocked it this time because
Yeah.
typically when you steal this gas, right, that means, you know, your balance in terms of units and buildings and the cost will be thrown out of whack. And then you'll find out that you have a lot more minerals than you need, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so if you have a lot of more minerals, well, you know what? Let me just use it to expand. Well, he can't expand right now. That's what he's trying to do. He has 400 minerals. He's like, I want to expand. I want to put this nexus down, but he can't.
Right.
This is
At least not in an ideal position.
Yeah, this is a good play by TyphoonFusion. So
Yeah.
let's see if LittleReaper decides to take that nexus somewhere else. Looks like he doesn't. They both dropped down their cyber. Oh, he canceled his. Oh no, he doesn't. All right, so there's a cyber, an extra gateway for TyphoonFusion. Here is the first two adepts. You know, this really worked out well in the first game. So let's see if TyphoonFusion can deal with this much better.
Let's see if he blocks it. Maybe he'll block the entrance if he sees them coming.
But you know, I don't think. So LittleReaper got annoyed by that, so decides, you know what, I'm gonna take this and take both gases.
Oh no!
But you
And
know,
then-
it's not the same because there are two zealots there. The DPS of those two zealots is enough to get rid of that rather quickly. So you're just really wasting this 100 minerals and another 150 down there. Okay, so now he's blocking that. But you know what? You're just wasting money at this point. Right? In the meantime,
Yeah.
TyphoonFusion's warping in two stalkers. Two stalkers. And you just needs to keep warping in, right? He just needs to mass up. Right? Get your upgrade. You know, your charge lot. That's a really good upgrade. Now you can't go wrong with that. So there are the two stalkers. So I don't know what he's doing, but there's enough units here. Yeah, he just needs to warp in. That's 400 minerals. So here's warp's done. He just needs to stay there with his units and deal with these adepts. Don't worry about these pylons. Pylons don't do anything. Right, here's the surround. He might be able to deal with these adepts. There we go. And he needs to he needs to start mining though. There we go. Let's now mine and start warping in units. Right? Here's a Stargate. And yeah, start making production facilities. Right? Start warping in units. You can go counter. If you have a big force, right? You could. There's a window for you to just run him over.
Yeah.
Expansion. But LittleReaper was able to deal with that pylon block. But you know, there's a lot of wasted money here by LittleReaper. So he's finally going to be able to deal with this gas. Right, but yeah, so double. No, he canceled it.
Canceled. Huh.
Oh, I think because he's thinking that he's, you know, TyphoonFusion can see it. He has vision there, and so he doesn't want to reveal that he's going Stargate. So he cancels it and builds it a little bit farther away. So I think that might be the reason. And
It says I'm going Robo.
yeah, kind of bluff that he's going Robo.
Tricked you. Yeah.
But here's charge slot upgrade about to complete. He needs to make more gateways. There's one more coming, and just starts warping in zealots, right? All right, so he's gonna try to go across the map, see what he can get done. The 2 stargates will finish, and he can. The thing is, LittleReaper does not have enough gas to be able to make 2 Void Rays, right? Before he was able to make Void Rays right away, but he doesn't have enough gas to even make 1 right now. And here are the stalkers, right? And with the Zealot backing there, I think he can push those stalkers up and maybe cancel it. Yep, he was able to have them cancel the expansion. And just go home, right? There's no need for you to go up there. There's a shield battery. You're not gonna out DPS that with a shield battery there, even with the overcharge. I like this from TyphoonFusion. He's making a Warp Prism. He's upgrading Blink this time, which is good. But there's a pylon in the back, and there are Adepts warping in, but he doesn't want to reveal it yet. I think there it is. He's just gonna shade in. That's gonna do a lot of damage because there are no units down there. Right, he's gonna need to pull these. Right, there we go. Pull them. Warp some units in your expansion. Right.
Meanwhile, we got a prism headed towards LittleReaper.
The main army is in the middle of the map, not doing anything, right?
Right.
So he warps in some units, but he needs to harvest, right? There's no danger harvesting in your natural. So he needs to harvest right now. He's able to deal with this. I don't know why he's scared about that. He has 3 stalkers are scared about those 2 stalkers. Now he lost. Now it's a 2-on-2. He gets the first shot off, so he might be able to win this. But there are more warp-ins from LittleReaper. So I think he was waiting for the main to be cleared out before he brings his workers in. But he could have just safely mined from the natural. Here is the recall finally. So now he can deal with this. He needs to mine. With all of the money thrown away by LittleReaper, right? It's getting offset by the fact that TyphoonFusion's not mining enough, not mining efficiently. There's the Void Ray out, but you know what? He has Blink, so just keep warping and Blink. The thing is, you don't have enough gas, so you need to reappropriate some of those probes for gas. Oh, I like this. He drops the 3 stalkers. That's when LittleReaper moved out.
Smart.
It's very smart. So now he's losing a lot of probes on a 1 base economy already as it is. Right? So he runs back home. He's gonna lose that Warp Prism, but the main army of TyphoonFusion is en route, but stops in the middle of the map. So he's gonna pick out that Warp Prism.
Oh.
So right now, as it stands, LittleReaper has 10 probes on a 1 Nexus. But it doesn't matter because TyphoonFusion's not mining with all his probes anyway. It's just sitting in his main, not doing anything. So I'll beat your disadvantage with my disadvantage. Yeah, here's...
And that's just part of what we're dealing with here in Code A Group A. We're still, learning the different ways to be efficient, and this is one of the things that
he loses his
little
Void
things.
Ray. There's the Blink, but he just needs to. Let's see if he fixed his mining from his main. Yeah, he did, which is good. So now he's mining efficiently. He's almost doubling the supply of LittleReaper. LittleReaper has not expanded, so he's probably running dry. Yep, he is running dry in his main. And by the time, I think when TyphoonFusion has enough units, he can just A move across the map at that point. Right? He is mining well. He is supply blocked, so he needs to make some more pylons like right now. And I think LittleReaper's realizing, you know what? Actually, he does not. He drops in a fusion core. He does not have enough economy to support a fusion core upgrade or any fusion core units. Right?
Oh,
So
he canceled. All right.
And let's see. He needs to save up 400. There we go. And then expand. right? But it's really late. By the time that expansion finishes, right?
Yeah, we got a pretty sizable army.
He would be way ahead already. Now he's moving out. He does need some sort of way to reinforce this, right? Maybe a forward pylon or remake the Warp Prism.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, as it stands now, I don't think LittleReaper has enough units. Right? He's gonna cancel this again. He can't save this. And with that, now he's still on one base economy. Yeah, he just needs to. He doesn't need to go up there. He just stay down there, warp in more units. Alright, so head-to-head here with charge slots and blink. If he does blink, he can take this. Right? He has 1,200 minerals. He just needs to warp in more units, which he can. Like I said, if he had the Warp Prism here, all right, here's the battle. You know, that's a lot of damage done by the Stalkers. Picks out the Void Ray right away.
Charge lots drawing the fire.
Work, but you know what? Focus firing. We'll be able to take out these Stalkers one at a time. And I think LittleReaper is in big trouble.
Oh,
here.
look at that blink. Very nice.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, all right.
There is a win by TyphoonFusion.
Wow, unexpected. That's awesome.
Awesome. Let's see if we can get him off. All right, guys, can you hear us or what? I think they have themselves deafened. Let me message them directly. Okay. Hey, TyphoonFusion, can you hear us? What? Congratulations on your win. That was really surprising, but you know, it's a pleasant surprise. Congratulations.
Yes, it was.
So let me ask you a few questions. From the first game, and actually almost all of them, I saw a lot of improvements in just unit movement, unit control, like overall. Have you been practicing? Have you been working at it this past week?
Yeah, I've been playing on like team games the other day, and I got this this afternoon. So yeah.
That's good. It really showed because you know the unit control was there. Even the first game that you lost, you had the window to be able to take advantage of it, but you know there's just too many tempests at that point. DB, do you have any questions?
No, I just want to say, Typhoon, awesome. You're doing great, and I love that you got the win tonight. You know, unfortunately, I don't think that'll move you into the playoffs, but you are playing an amazing game. You've definitely improved, and that's just, hey, good job. Obviously, there's little things we always have to work on. Making sure you're not supply blocked. That's a good one to practice all the time. I need to work on it myself. So, but good job. Congratulations. And
Yeah, one more comment. I think your best play and your best build really is that charge slot blink, right? And whenever you do really well because you're comfortable with that. And you know, it showed that you won those 2 games with those charge slots. So congratulations. GG's.
GG's.
GG.
All right, guys. We're gonna get the next game ready, so we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Alright, guys. We're gonna go to our second match, and that will be VeryCool and Regret. So we're gonna play DB's assessment, his preview of VeryCool versus Regret. And here it is.
And tonight we have a very exciting Code A Group B matchup. Our two players are VeryCool versus Regret. Let's take a look at these players. VeryCool is a Protoss player in the Silver League with an MMR of 2,576. At 13 years old, he is a rookie this year in our league. His favorite StarCraft 2 strategy is basic macro, and his favorite StarCraft 2 player is Raynor. He will be up against our returning champion from last season, Regret. Regret plays Zerg. He is in the Platinum League, and at 13 years old, he is ready to be champion again in Code A, sitting really pretty in first place. So why is this game so special? Let's take a look and see at our standings. This game is a crucial game for VeryCool. He really needs to take this win if he wants a chance at the playoffs. He is almost tied. He's at fourth place right now, almost tied for third with Sloza. And that will be another important game coming up on Friday between Sloza and Spaghettio. So the determining factor could still end up being Friday. But what we do know is that VeryCool is going to have to pull off this upset against our returning champion, Regret. Regret sitting very nicely, even with a 2-0 loss here, or 0-2 loss here, he will still end up being in first place for the Code A Group B. So, no pressure. He can do cheese, he can have fun, he can surprise us with something we haven't seen before. Maybe he'll play conservatively. I don't know, but what we do know is VeryCool is going to have to bring his A game. So I'm sure he's prepared for this, and we look forward to seeing how this progresses and what the outcome is going to be. So without further ado, gentlemen, have fun and good luck.
All right, guys. Thanks, DB, for that intro and preview
You're welcome.
of the game. You'll be casting with me on this one.
Oh, it's exciting. I think it's our first one together, KJ.
Is it? Nice.
I think so.
All right, so this will be cool. Actually, it's not just cool; it's very cool. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean to do that pun, and I have no regrets in doing that either. And that one, I meant that one. All right, that pun I meant. So VeryCool versus Regret. This is going to be cool. I keep saying that. You already told us this. I think VeryCool is an underdog here against Regret's aggressive style.
Yes. Yeah, he's an underdog.
Yeah, he's so aggressive. And VeryCool plays macro. Like, he actually expanded 2-3 times at one point when you had the lead against Spaghettio. It was insane, right? So I think that's what's gonna happen here. I think it will be, if it's not a 2-1, it's a 2-0 for Regret. What's your prediction? I know you said already, but just give me a score.
Man, I really want to see at least a 2-1, but I don't know. Part of me says Regret 2-0. I think VeryCool, if he plays it right, if he plays it VeryCool, can maybe, he's going to need a strong defense, but maybe he can pull off one. So that would be awesome.
Yeah. All right, so you can see there's Regret. I don't know. We're waiting for. Do we get a camera for VeryCool? I'm not sure if we do or not. I don't think I've ever seen him on camera all season.
No, we
he
haven't.
doesn't have a camera.
Yeah, he doesn't have a camera. Okay, so Seth can observe.
Sure. I guess I'll.
All right, he'll observe for us. Dark Minutes is a backup observer. I'll be running production and commentating with DB. I think we're good to go with our second matchup. So we have a solo shot just of Regret this time around. This is
FSL Season 2. Code A.
Okay. Do us the honors, DB, of introducing our players.
Sure. Spawning in the top right-hand corner, the wonderful red Protoss.
Very cool.
And the bottom left, he is leading the league right now. He was the Code A champion, the Zerg player. It is
Regret.
alrighty. What are we seeing here? Normal so far?
Oh boy, we got some banter already here, huh?
Yeah, banter is the thing today. Alright, so pretty normal. Standard openers for both. No cheesing. Gateway opener to expand for the Protoss. Hatch first for the Zerg. Alright. This matchup, I think you're pretty familiar with this one, BB. I know you just started playing StarCraft, but you've learned a lot in like a month and a half.
Yes, yeah, I've actually been following a lot, and you know, for anyone who's joining us tonight and is interested in learning how to play StarCraft, I suggest, hey, come talk to us here at FSL and watch some of the GSL games on YouTube to really see how the pro players are playing, and you get an idea of what it's about, and it's so much fun.
Yeah, you can see the difference, the pros obviously to this level, but there's still some basics that they do follow, pro or not, right? When to expand, when you're being cheesed, how to identify, those kind of things.
Right. I think that like the first, 5 minutes of the game, you can learn a lot from pros to get yourself set up. So
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. The first 5 minutes kind of can make sense, and then when it gets past 5 minutes, it gets really complex. They have this execution stuff that you couldn't possibly do. But
Right.
yeah, the most lessons you learn is in the first 5 minutes as the game is getting set up, right?
Right.
Like who opened
And-
what strategy or whatever it is.
Like if you look at Regret's Overlord there, it's sitting on top of that safe area. So people think, why would you put it so close? Well, that's actually safe up there. There's little things about the game that you can learn from
Yeah,
players.
they
and
can't
this is-
see it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the point of view of Protoss, they can't see it. You might as well look in there. Now, of course, Protoss will kill that later. They know it's
Right.
there.
Right.
Look, so Regret's looking around for some proxy secret pylon. He has this here. I think he forgot to kind of cue it around to look. He's taking a while to take his third base, and that's because he got a Roach Warren to invest in. The Zerg player, that is, he's taking quite a bit of time to do that. Meanwhile, VeryCool's playing safe, and he has another gateway. So if this is one of those patented Regret style where he Ravager, Ling, Speedling, and bust you, that might be what we're seeing here, because that's what it looks like. Right, so what it is he'll send the Ravagers up, try to bust the front. Even with a force field, the Ravager buy will open it up, and then boom, lots of links. So yeah, it looks like that's what he's doing.
I'm curious about the Robo on the wall. I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, Robo on the wall, people do that once in a while, but he should have made a
gateway, right?
Yeah, well, he should have made an Immortal right away if he's going to make it that early. If he has an Observer, he's going to see what's coming his way. Now he knows. He doesn't have a force field because he just spent it on that hallucination. So he's in trouble. He has one pylon here. This is going to be a quick game, man. I don't know how he's going to hold this. The Ravagers can bust him from afar. If he goes down there, these Zerglings are going to get him. There it is.
Oh yeah, he's
So,
in.
Yeah, this is a very standard. This is what I was saying, right? This is the standard Regret bust. And that's pretty much it. I mean, he has one functional gateway. What can you do?
Base is under attack. I'm here in the shadows.
He's frantically trying to build something, but it's
Yeah.
never gonna finish in time, right?
And here comes more. Yeah, that's a good GG, but
And that's what
let's
I'm
see
saying.
how he adjusts.
Yeah,
Hopefully
that's
he
just-
adjusts.
Yeah, he's done this a few times, especially to LittleReaper. And you know, in season 1 and in season 2, I think he might have done this too. So you just gotta know about that. And this kind of goes with what I said, right? Which is regret will go hit you hard.
Yes, he will.
That's what he does.
He doesn't regret anything.
No regrets on that. That's for sure. Yes. Sir.
Yeah, that wasn't very cool, was it?
Very cool. Is not feeling very cool on that one. But
Nope.
yeah, the puns will be non-stop. But you gotta have an answer to that. And typically as Protoss, what you want to do is have a Stargate, scout it out with an Adept. If you don't see a third base, if you spot the Roach Warren this early, that's what you suspect. He has a Robo, so he could actually possibly stop it by closing his wall. And has the Immortal, and just kind of
the Immortal.
there. And if he has shield batteries, definitely doable.
Right.
But you can't spend, you know, you had an observer, so you made an observer for what reason? To go scout, right? But he sent hallucination, so he didn't even have a force field. So that was the problem. But even then, it's not like he can't bile again the force field, right? So you're really kind of screwed in that way if you don't find out this all-in is coming your way. You need a Stargate with a Void Ray, or Immortals, or a wall, or just clever cannon defense or something like that. But you certainly can't take it lightly. Anyway, we are on match 2. This is
FSL Season 2. Code A.
all right.
All right. Go ahead, KJ.
Yeah, sure. So here on the bottom left, he is down 0-1. He is.
Very cool.
Go ahead.
And in our top left-hand corner, our returning champion from last season, spawning with Zerg.
Regret.
All right, guys. Standard opener for Regret. Hopefully he learns that last one. I doubt. Very cool. You know, we'll take that one lightly next time. But I still, you know, also I doubt that Regret will do the same build.
Oh, is he going to block? Oh, yep.
Yeah, he did block, and that's a good move. Protoss, keep doing that. It's really annoying for Zerg.
Yeah.
They have to mine far away, and then what happens is you can kind of harass the workers that's transferring with the Adepts, and there's no creep spread there, so they really can't defend it that well. So definitely something you want to do as much as possible. Now, there's no reason not to. It's only 25 minerals, right? Cost 25 minerals.
It's worth the investment. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Now, still a standard opener. Cybercore, he should be dropping down his Nexus soon here. Regret, he's not the type to make 3 hatcheries. But in here, you actually want 3 hatcheries. That way they all kind of connect with the creep, right? Unless he's all-inning again with 2 base. Yeah, right? So. Oh yeah, another point about that last game was, if the Zerg only has 2 base, you as Protoss don't really need to rush your second base.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Spend your money on defending that all-in that's coming. Don't make probes if you made your Nexus already. And if you haven't made your Nexus and you see it coming, you don't even have to make it yet. Just stop that attack and you're way ahead. Because
Right.
Zerg use their larva to make fighting units.
Right.
You'd be up by like 10 workers or more. Something like that. Alright, so actually, so yeah, it's as expected because the bases are far apart. A middle hatchery is here.
Mm-hmm.
That'll connect with the
The
creep.
creep.
Yep. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we may have to put a one tumor in between, but it's still, that's pretty standard. Regret has what, 3 workers already there. VeryCool. His Nexus is a little bit late actually, so maybe some build issue there. Not much else is going on. No one's revealed their hands to the observers, which is us, right? So nothing. If we don't see anything, then they're just kind of going with the motions, right? Yeah, still just droning away. Protoss does have a robotics right up front again.
Right up front again, yeah.
You need a shield battery, by the way, if you're getting all in. That's for sure. But he's not getting all in. Regret is powering. In fact, he has three gases. Usually that means you're trying to go fast tech, maybe lair to mutas. He has the Observer Scout. I'm sorry, Overlord Scout. Speed Overlord. You can see look in there and he sees. But he actually misses out the Robo up front. So oh no, he did see it earlier somehow. I don't remember when he looked at that. And look at
So here's the other thing. You got a couple assimilators,
Yep.
but nobody mining there. Now we got one. So that seems like inefficient to me. I don't know. I
Yes,
mean,
correct.
you could tell.
Yeah, you're 100% right. If you don't need it yet, why make it, right?
Right.
Spend money on something else. But then again, if you look at VeryCool, he's kind of floating a lot of money, so it didn't really affect him per se, right? I mean, at a level where you're kind of starting out or in the middle, at a mid-level player, if you're gonna forget something and you have time to think about it now, and you're about to do something that's gonna make you forget that, like let's say you're about to attack, you can make this stuff early.
Right.
Right? Like for example, I'm gonna forget the shield battery at my home base by the mineral line when I'm about to attack. Let me make it 10-20 seconds earlier before I go do my thing, because I'll forget it. So you can't do that. That's not obviously super efficient. That's not pro level, but that's perfect for the level that you're on.
Right.
Look at this, 2 evos for Regret, although he's not, as we just talked about, it's not efficient because he's not doing anything. Of course, after I say that, he finally does the upgrade. It's range and carapace upgrade. So looks like we're gonna have Hydras with infestation pit, maybe taking to Hive here, fast Hive, who knows. His econ is doing well, like his macro right now. Zerg is strumming along. You are in big trouble if you don't touch this.
Right.
Protoss has not touched it. I mean, this is what VeryCool likes to do, though. He likes to macro, and he's macroing too, but you can't possibly keep up with Zerg macro. That if you don't touch Zerg macro, you can't possibly keep up. It's just not, the way the Zerg mechanic is with the injects and the... But he's trying. I mean, look, he has a 4th base also. This is kind of funny.
It's like they're setting up for a late game.
This is a macro versus macro game right here, guys. Typically, Zerg is at the advantage to get there faster, and then, he's actually getting the really fast Hive. Look at that Hive. 6-something minutes?
Yeah. This would have been, I think, VeryCool would have benefited from a little harassment before.
Yeah, he just let him be. It's like they have an agreement. Okay, fine. Let's go macro up. Look at Regret's Overlord placement at the key spots that VeryCool might sneak through, but nothing's gonna happen really for a little while. So he's going with Colossus with Thermal Lance, right? Which is perfect against Hydras, but not great against Lurkers. See, that's what's coming from the Zerg. He's already got... Oh, he's gonna Nidus! Look at that! So, okay,
boy.
We see what you're gonna do. He's gonna... Did he just F2 this guy? I think he F2'd. So he meant to use this Overseer to check on the right side and Knight is there, and he's like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah,
and look at it go all the way back.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. So that lost him like a couple minutes. Oh my goodness. And now, because of that, there's going to be a pylon up where he wanted to do it. So it's going to be spotted relatively quickly. So guys, this is a specific instance where F2 kind of messes with your plans. So let's see where he's going to plan on popping this. There
Yeah.
it is. Like I said, he's going to
There
put
it
it
is.
there. But let's see, very cool. Is he reacting? He's not looking. He's not. Look, we're looking at his point of view. He is not doing anything. He didn't notice it. It's right there. It's gonna pop up.
Oh, there it is.
Very cool. Very late to the party at his home house.
Does he have detection?
He has it. Yes. But
Okay,
you know, Very Cool's army is pretty big, but that's 7 lurkers, man. Oh, he has a disruptor, so that's a big deal. Let's see him shoot the disruptor shot. It's a juicy one. He's not doing it. I think he has too many. Yeah, he's not even doing one shot of the disruptor.
Oh no.
But lucky for him, Regret gets scared and runs back in. Not much from that. 2 workers killed, some pylons, gateway. Huh. That was promising, but it didn't do anything. Like that's your dream scenario, you know. You as a Zerg, you plop it in there. I think if he had spread the lurkers to the one at the mineral line, it would have killed a lot of workers too.
So my natural reaction at this stage is counterattack right away.
Yeah, I don't think so. You don't want to
No?
do that because right now, by the time you get there, Zerg has remaxed. Right? It's not
Even
like
with
they
the
lost.
speed zones, I mean, he's not
Yeah, it's
taking
not,
off.
look, here's what you got to remember with Zerg, right? They can pump out a lot of units really fast, and unless you have cleared that creep, you can get surrounded, and as Protoss, you lose your units. You can't make them as fast as Zerg.
Right.
So you can't do that. Definitely not. So, I mean, look, if he had just gone in there, look what would have happened, right? It's very risky. Let's just put it that way. It's very risky. This is not a regular Zerg. You know, this is not a Zerg that's kind of new, right? He's gonna have his six hatcheries hotkeyed and hold down the button to make a ton of stuff in a few seconds. So definitely not what you want to do. But anyway, let's see what happens here. This is a slow push. There's ultras out on the map. There's lurkers. You know, he has his disruptor, but he doesn't know how to use it. I don't think. I think he just has it. But there's too many things to micro. Where's Regret's forces actually?
Yeah, this is not looking good. Took out the disruptor.
He's finally holding down the button. But like I said, right, even though Regret is not handling this correctly, there's no reinforcing forces for the Protoss. He doesn't have a prism. I don't know what's happening here. I think Regret's kind of bungling it too, to be honest. But, you know, like I said, there's just too many units. He forgot speed. These are slow lings, by the way, guys. It may be okay. See, look. This is what I was saying, right?
Recall. Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. Where Regret actually did not handle that properly. Oh, no. There's a lot of Templars to give away. Anyway, guys, back to my point on that. And I was trying to say that imagine that Zerg actually bungled that completely and he still beat him with slow lings. It's like, yeah, come on in my base, go kill as much stuff as you want, and then I'll go attack you 3 minutes later with slow lings, and he still swallows him up. Right? So this is what I'm saying. You can't just kind of rush in there unless you kill a ton of units and you're really close.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you definitely need a Prism 2 to reinforce. Maybe if he was able to warp in. Look at all these lurkers he's making. What the heck? That's a lot, man. Does he have the upgrade for lurkers? Let's go check. I can't tell. He's upgrading it right now. Never mind. No, he's not. Is he? I'm confused, guys. I can't see the symbols. Maybe you guys on chat can help me out here. This Prism Harass will be dealt with if he had a Hydra, but he morphed all of them into lurkers. This is an ill-advised attack. Alright, at least he loaded it up it's funny, like we're this state of the game, maxed out armies, and you know we're looking at a few zealots doing harassment. This is like first 4 minutes attack or 6 minutes, 7 minutes, but not late game with 16 lurkers, right? That's never gonna do anything. Anyway, here comes the Hydrus. He has the... Okay, here's the big attack. I don't know. You cannot go into this lurker field. It's just a bad idea. I don't think the trade is good here. Yeah, no. I don't think it's a good idea. This, does VeryCool have good upgrades? He did wreck that.
You did. The Colossi with their range.
2-2. Yeah, Colossi typically shouldn't be good. You know what it is? He doesn't have that upgrade. I'm pretty sure Regret forgot. Did he? Oh no, he does have it. I'm confused. Typically you would see that get, you know, with 16 lurkers, maybe they're not spread out. That really should have gotten wrecked. Weird things happen sometimes in Code A, guys. We're like, what? You have to kind of analyze it. You kind of have to analyze and say, what the heck is going on? I think the lurkers were just all in one spot, so it was kind of useless. If you spread them out properly in a concave, it's just not efficient. They own the ground, basically. Unless you disruptor shot them. That's really the only way. Anyway, it's like he's sticking to the ground. No spire in sight. So typically you want to see Broodlords, but he's not doing that. He's going to go stick on the ground. And so is Regret, and so is VeryCool. Look at how many gateways we're seeing here. This is the VeryCool game. That's what I'm saying. This is what he loves to do. Right? He loves gateway. I'm like,
that's amazing.
What is this? He's happy right now. This is the kind of game he likes.
I just think it's that security of knowing I can build a gazillion units at one time.
But you know, he only has 1,800 minerals, and Regret has 5,800. Oh.
Uh-oh.
And there's a blinding cloud. Oh. And I think, you know, overstayed your welcome here. You're gonna have to run. Don't lose
those. Oh, boy.
Alright, so this is what we're saying about that. Maybe better spread this time around and wreck that ground force. He needs disruptors. For the minefield of lurkers, you really need disruptors. Unless you catch them before burrowing, but they burrow pretty fast. Here goes. Regret's not burrowing. He's waiting for a beautiful timing, but he has shield batteries to heal him. This will be interesting. The shield batteries are healing, and here comes the charge lots. That got wrecked. But you know what? He has 4,000 minerals. He can spam another set of... Well, he doesn't have a lot of gas. So what can he spam? Zerglings?
It's like they're opposites right now. Gas and minerals.
Yeah. This is a really odd game, guys. It's like macro versus macro, throwing away, reset, rinse, repeat. Alright, round 3 of Hydra, Lurker, 1 Viper attack. This time, lots of Storm guys, which is these Templars. He doesn't even have Storm, so he's gonna make Archons out of him. I don't know. VeryCool is a really nice macro, but I think he needs a little bit more of strategic units that complement what he likes to do. The bases, we might get this game might last a little bit longer. Mind out.
Yeah.
VeryCool.
There's only two left to expand to, so
look at them. They're like really close. This is like North and South Korea.
Like, it's a DMZ.
Yeah, they're like, yep, don't cross. I'm just gonna do something here. What the heck is this?
Oh my goodness.
Typically you want to see Zerg go to Broodlords, and eventually Protoss gets into Skytoss.
No, this is gonna be taken out.
Yeah, Kim Jong-un is like, forget it. You can't have that, bro. That's my resources. Okay. Do not go up that ramp.
So I'm guessing then Zerg is North Korea. Okay, I got it.
Well, yeah, just because they're north, I guess.
Uh-huh.
But I'm not sure. I mean, in reality, you need Terrans. That way we can have nukes. But,
Right.
you know, it is what it is right now. Zerg, Protoss.
Might as well open up these walls. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could say Zerg is North Korea. You're very aggressive. Very dirty.
Very dirty.
Slimy.
I won't say starving their citizens, because that wouldn't be appropriate.
Oh man, this is a killing force, and VeryCool is out of position. He's gonna lose that base. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of minerals there. There's like 1,000 minerals left. The key here is, will he lose all his units? Oh, the blinding cloud. Although with Archons, they can still shoot their melee attack, but that is a lot of Zerg, and that's still a ton of Archons. You know what he could kill this with? He doesn't have an Overseer. DT's here with Reckless, and I don't think he has a DT Shrine. So there's a few weird things that Protoss here doesn't have. Like, he has a ton of gateways, but missing Storm, missing DTs, that's pretty textbook Protoss, you know? And he's missing those things. And look, just a few of these things are just like at a choke. Oh, you can't keep streaming him in one by one. VeryCool is broke. So I think this is going to do it for him. He's going to be broke with a lot of gateways.
Yeah, so those... Yeah, there it is. GG's.
And that'll do it for game 1. Alright, pretty interesting game 1 there.
Thank you very much.
Pretty funny game 1. It's the most unusual macro game I've ever seen. Right?
The most... Oh, yeah, see, my reasoning behind game 2 was, you guys and
Oh yeah, that's
watching
game
at
2,
FSL.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you
game
guys
2, but
watching at
that... I mean,
FSL,
still.
Yeah, definitely
Very
don't know me
unusual.
to go for a macro, so I felt like, well, I mean, I guess if I'm up to the
right.
challenge, I'll do it. And I was facing the best macro player of the entire season, and I decided I'm going to beat the macro player in his own game.
Yeah,
And
he said the
it worked
best
out for me.
macro player. That's right. I mean, you could say you're the best macro player too in Code A, right? So
Well, I mean, it all comes down to unit composition and how many queens you have.
that's true, and lots of lurkers. Congratulations. Any questions, DB, for Mr. Regret here? For some reason, I thought it was only the second game. It's been a long night.
No, that's okay. So Mr. Regret, you are now obviously headed into the playoffs. You secured the championship last year.
Yeah.
What's your feelings? What's your thoughts? Do you already have? Are the wheels turning? You ready for this playoffs? What do you think?
Well, some of my thoughts in particular are like, see, underneath me, I've got a code A full of lots of Protosses, lots of Terrans that are all solid, all have good timings, all have good macro, and it's everything, right? And basically all of them are all fighting for that spot in second and third place. So I feel like I've already played all these guys before, and obviously I've already beat them because, I don't know, sheer luck or just because of some dumb Zerg cheeses. But I'm really scared to play them again. I just feel like they're going to have something for me. I'm not going to be ready for it, but, I'll try my best.
So, okay, no, that's a great answer. You've been playing so well, and I mean, how do you feel about getting ready for Code S and things like that? Because I really feel like, if you keep your progress in the way you're working at it, I mean, that's obviously the next step. Work for it. What do you think?
I mean, I was really scared to go to Code S, but I mean, I guess I have to move up because I just can't spend all my time here. So I'm excited to lose. I'm excited to lose in Code S, but maybe after a bit of time, maybe I'll lose less. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Good.
BB,
Yeah.
he's basically taking his talents to South Beach.
There you go.
That's a LeBron reference.
I
there
did
to the
not
Miami
understand that
days.
reference, but I'll pretend I did.
You
No,
can
that's
ask your
good.
dad about it. Congratulations.
Yes,
No regret.
congratulations.
And
Thank you
we'll
very
see
much.
you
Thank
next time, probably in the playoffs.
All right. See ya.
All right. Okay, so DB, we're
Yes.
here. Code S.
Oh boy, exciting.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Code S time. That next matchup we got.
You want to take a break while we set up the games?
Yes, go ahead. We can take a quick break, but while you set that up, DB, are you ready for it?
I mean, look, you know, I'm always ready. I love this stuff. This is what we've been planning for. I'm actually surprised how fast this season has gone. Like, I feel like it was just yesterday
That
we
planning
started.
it, yeah.
Yeah, and all of a sudden we're at the end of the season, and I'm loving this. This is great. We're already going to hit the playoffs now. I didn't even think I would make the playoffs, but I did. I don't think I'll last, but hey, you know, this is exciting. It's really fun. So for people who like to play StarCraft, you know, I highly encourage you watch GSL, join us, watch this, you know, and just be part of this. Such an exciting community. So, yeah.
All right, we'll be
Looking
back in
forward to
2
it.
minutes, guys, for the preview by DB on Neutrophil versus SirMalagant. Be right back. All right, guys. DB's gonna tell us about this upcoming match.
Now for our Code S matchup tonight. And boy, is this an exciting one. We are at the end of our season. This is Code S. This is the meat and potatoes of why we're doing this. And we have wonderful players in our Code S this year. They're all sitting so close to each other in the standings, at least for those who can still make the playoffs right now. We have Neutrophil, SirMalagant, Seth, and Dark Menace. Now our first three, Neutrophil, SirMalagant, and Seth, all have a 3-1 record. Neutrophil is sitting in first place only because he has one less game that he lost at 6-2, whereas SirMalagant and Seth are 6-3 as far as total games won and lost. Now, they are just neck and neck. So this is such an important game. We have SirMalagant versus Neutrophil tonight. Let's take a quick look at our players. SirMalagant is a Protoss player in the Diamond League, came in second last season, and sitting in second right now. He likes to do weird builds during the season, loves Dark Templars and 8 gateway charge lots all in. You know, you name it, this guy can do it. His favorite StarCraft 2 player is SOS. And our returning champion from last season, Neutrophil, plays Protoss, also in the Diamond League, with an MMR of 3,800. He is only 15 years old. He was our champion last season, sitting in first place already this season. Barely, but he's up there. His favorite StarCraft 2 strategy is macro, defense, and his favorite StarCraft 2 player is Neeb. This guy is unbelievable. So SirMalagant definitely has his hands full. He would like to pull off a win here, even if he can get a 1 win in one of the games and still lose 2-1. That's okay, because it will still look good for him going into the playoffs. But ideally, he'll try to win both, of course, to really maybe get that first place spot. So either way, it looks like both of these two gentlemen should be advancing. But there's one other very important game coming up on Friday between Seth and Dark Menace. And that one should be really, really fun. We'll talk about more of that afterwards. But for now, gentlemen, have fun. Good luck. We'll see you on the other side.
Okay, DB.
Yes, sir.
I'm showing here the standings. Obviously, Code A, we had some games already. But Code S, if you look at the top left in there, that's what's happening there. Neutrophil, first place. Malagant, second place. Both 3-1. 6-2, 6-3, very close. This is the battle for seeding.
Yes, important. Very important.
Yeah. So, there you go.
Especially here in Code S. I mean, if you can avoid having to play an extra game, why not, you know?
Yeah, and it looks like actually, unless he drops down to 4th place, which is still possible, I think he will have a bye, but you really want to face, basically, if you're first place, you're going to face the 4th place player and the Code A champion, so much better time for you.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, anyway, we got the intro done, the preview, we're good to go.
We are ready.
We're good to go. The casting here will be Seth and DB. Have fun,
Right. We
gentlemen.
got
Thank you. Thank you, KJ.
we have the players in the lobby. They're good to go. And here we go. So again, this is FSL Season 2.
FSL Season 2. Code S.
All right. Start this game. The introductions on the bottom right corner. We've got the teal Protoss. He is
SirMalagant.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner, our Protoss player.
Neutrophil.
Hey DB, you know what this feels like?
What's that?
This feels like, we've had our Sunday afternoon games, and they had some pretty cool games. But this is the Monday night game.
Yeah.
And this is the Monday night game late in the season where they're jockeying for position, right? It's a division game. Winner will take really good advantage of the positioning for seeding. And, it's pretty exciting. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, it's almost like a Washington football team versus Cowboys classic here.
I was going to say the Redskins, but yes.
Well, I would say the Redskins, but I don't want to offend anybody, so I'm trying to be, good about it.
I mean, I'm keeping my logo and paraphernalia from before, not getting rid of that. But
Yeah,
it feels like that type of a rivalry, right?
Yeah, it does. Totally
And,
does.
a small misstep here, a small fumble there, an interception here could turn the tide. And, this is going to be a big game. He almost stole the gas, Neutrophil did, right? But SirMalagant, who's now chasing these two, this one probe with two probes, and I think I think he's a little flustered, right? Yes, he had 3 probes all the way on the other side of the map, and those are
Yeah.
3 probes that are not mining, right? And I think he was intending to expand, but he didn't get to. But he did block Neutrophil, which is good because Neutrophil was ready to expand. He had 400 minerals banked up. He was about to expand, and that really throws him off. And he shouldn't have canceled that. I think he would have.
No.
I would have kept that.
Yeah. They've been taking longer to take out.
Yeah. But here's a Stargate for SirMalagant. He is finally going to clear this pylon. So his expansion is just a tad later. We have Neutrophil's classic Sentry, so that he can scout. He loves to scout, so he can, one of the things that he's really good at is how to react and respond appropriately to the opponent. And to do that, you need to know what they're doing. And the best way to do that as Protoss is really an early Sentry, which is, you want to get it early, get it to bank up energy, and you can start scouting with it.
Right. Get that hallucination out there.
Yeah, so there is it's a Stargate first with an Oracle for SirMalagant. In the meantime, it's Twilight for Neutrophil. And now, he's probably going to drop a Robo anytime soon, as soon as he has enough minerals. Right, that's his type of play to do for a defensive build. Right, Twilight and Robo to make sure you're safe from DTs. Right, there's the Robo on cue. So, yeah, and they're just going through the motions. It was a pretty rocky start for SirMalagant. I think he's rusty or he just hasn't really warmed up. But the thing was, before this game,
Uh-oh.
I think we're about to lose our observer. But before this game, I don't know if you noticed, DB, is both of them were playing 1v1 ranked on ladder, just really trying to prepare, like crap before an exam. So I think they're ready to go. So it'll be pretty cool how these games turn out.
So last time, Malagant came in and I think he was tired. Didn't he lose last one, if I'm not mistaken?
No, he.
Or was
he
it the one
lost-
before that?
So I believe he played Frieden, and he lost the first game, I think.
Right, that's right.
And then he won the next 2. So I think he was rusty. He wasn't warmed up. But then he got it together. So
Right.
So let's see. I mean, the 3 probes at the other side of the map was not the end of the world,
Right.
right? So I think right now the observer is gonna be Freedom. So we're gonna follow Freedom's point of view. And there's that scout. So I'm not sure if that scout saw the start. Let me see. Oh yeah, it did see the start. So the Oracle in the meantime gets 3 kills, which is not bad, and it survives. Right? You can the Oracle just has a lot of utility, mid to late game. Drop stasis, go back to harass some more, right? Tag the opponent's army. So it's pretty cool to keep that alive.
Right.
All right, here's Blink for Neutrophil and an Observer. So make sure there's no DT shenanigans. But after seeing the Oracle, the DT is not going to be a quick follow-up, right? So here's the Forge by SirMalagant. So he's going to try to see if he can get some upgrades. In PvP battles, upgrade actually makes a big difference. It's just
And which upgrades are the most important here?
Well, just the ground upgrades. The
Okay.
only problem is that if you commit to the ground upgrades way too early, you might get run over, right? So you kind of have to find the perfect opportunity, the window, to be able to drop your forges or forge and get your upgrades, right? So I think when he saw that he's not in danger of dying anytime soon, or is not going to be attacked anytime soon, he dropped his forge. But in the meantime, Neutrophil is getting his 3rd. So SirMalagant needs to identify that. The Oracle is right there. You should be able to see that. Yeah, so he sees it. And so that should trigger him to get his own expansion. I think the probe is already in position to do so. Right? The probe is about to take his 3rd. There it is. There's that Oracle. Gets 2 kills and runs away. Now there's
Wow.
Blink though. Ah, I wonder why Neutrophil didn't decide to blink under that. He could have catched that thing was already low, the hull damage, so just a few volleys I think would have been dead already. But yeah, I guess he didn't want to reveal that he has blink yet. But it's already 6 minutes, so it's not something that there's a big blink timing early attack. So at this point, I'd want to pick off that Oracle as soon as possible. Neutrophil scouts the third. So SirMalagant's gonna move across the map, see what he can get done. There is an Archon there though, so let's see if he can tag the units. Yeah, he should. Nah, he's gonna lose this with a blink right now. No, I didn't even need to blink. Too bad he didn't get the tag off though. So SirMalagant's going to start posturing. More shield batteries. Yeah, so Neutrophil is a very defensive player, right? I don't know if did you watch the latest GSL, DB?
Yes, you mean the one from this morning?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So we won't give any spoilers, but when you watch it, one of the players playing there, the stats, right? He's very defensive. So similar to how Neutrophil is playing right now, right? He likes to play defensive, likes to take his time. Basically, the idea is you become defensive, that you block any opponent's aggression, and you are efficient at it. And by the time you counter, you have so much more.
Right.
And
they've invested too much.
They've invested something. What they said was, right, the rock paper scissors of StarCraft. That if somebody attacks, you defend, but if somebody is defensive, then you expand. But if somebody's expanding, then you attack. Right?
Yeah.
That is your rock, paper, scissors. And so, I don't think it applied here, but the way Neutrophil was playing, he was very defensive.
And how about that move that he just did? That was cool. He just took his Stalker, put it up there to see what's going on, and blinked it right out before he could get killed.
So he saw that, those are Void Rays. Quick, prismatic alignment would quickly decimate all of those Stalkers. But here's, this... When we were talking about earlier with TyphoonFusion with his charge slot, SirMalagant is with his carriers, right?
Right.
And here they are, two at a time in production. Getting his attack upgrades as well. He's researching the Void Ray speed upgrade, rounding it up with a blink. Probably would have saved the blink to get more carriers or drop a few more Stargate. But so here's the scout. Let's see if he sees the carriers, and he only sees the Void Rays, which he already knew about. Now Neutrophil's taking his fort. So let's see if SirMalagant identifies that and takes his, or goes ahead and attacks. Right? What we can't do is just sit back and not know what's going on, right? So you need to be able to press on your advantage. So Neutrophil is getting his... You know what? He's making 2 Phoenix at a time. I don't know about that with these carriers. 2 more carriers on the way. Air upgrades are coming. Neutrophil's behind on air upgrades.
I wonder if he's thinking mass Void Rays.
So let's see if these Zealots... I think the Zealots will now identify that there are carriers. Nope. SirMalagant smartly takes it away, and
now he sees it.
Yeah. So let's see what Neutrophil does in response. Right? So he already has 4 Phoenix. He's gonna let the 2 in production finish. And he is making more. He's queuing more Phoenix. And then, actually he canceled it and made 2 Tempest, which is the right call. Right? Tempest are good against carriers because Tempest do extra damage against massive units, massive air units. And carriers are, well, they're massive. There's a mothership that's being in production in queue for SirMalagant. So we have 4 base versus 4 base. SirMalagant's ahead. But you know what, DB? I'm actually rooting for Neutrophil here.
Yeah?
I'm a little biased. I'm trying to keep it unbiased in the chat, but I'm a little biased because it actually affects me that if Neutrophil wins,
Right.
and if by some reason I win my game, I get
Right.
a first seed. So that's why I'm cheering for, rooting for Neutrophil here.
Yeah, this is actually a crucial game for you too. That's right.
Yes. If SirMalagant wins this game, and I think he would be the first seed regardless of what happens on Friday.
Right.
But here's a little bit more misstep for SirMalagant. He has 4 probes mining on that one gas, and then that other gas there's no probes mining. So those are little things he needs to pick up on so he can fix it. But look at this. Neutrophil keeps sending out a hallucination to scout, find out, make sure where the army is. He identified that there's no air army in the main, so maybe he can swoop in there, pick up some more probes, do a little bit of scouting, and scouts that there is a mothership. But you know what? You have no idea how many units are under that mothership, and right there, your units will just melt. You do not know the amount of DPS that's under that mothership.
I think he's looking at supply also and thinking, you know what, it's okay to get rid of those. They're expendable.
Yeah, that's true. I probably would have gotten more probes with them, right? Because he only got the shields of the mothership.
Right.
So, but here it is. This is going to be our first big engagement. The Tempest take a shot first. They didn't kill one of the Void Rays yet, though. And so SirMalagant rotates around and decides, you know what, maybe I can hit the other side instead. He shouldn't wander that far, though. The Blink Stalkers can get in there and snipe a few of them. It does not. Here's a big engagement. Prismatic alignment kicks in. The mothership comes in to cloak, but there are observers. I don't know. Oh, he did pick off the observers, so there's no more observers. Yeah, the DPS of all of those units.
Oh boy.
He's able to pick off the observers of Neutrophil. But he's still dancing back and forth. I think he can go in there. See, because he was dancing, Tempest was able to pick off the mothership. Alright, so here's... Yeah, so SirMalagant keeps pressing in, but he has no way to reinforce this. It's just what he has here now. He might need to recall out of here, but you know what? There are DTs, and he doesn't have any observers. There's a DT, and there's a mothership. Yeah, so I think he has the air advantage right now.
He really does.
Yeah, the Void Rays really did work on all of those armored units, right? Especially the Tempests. But you know what? He's getting picked off one at a time now. I think he should have just recalled out of there and take advantage of his early lead. But he's gonna lose all of those units. In the meantime, Neutrophil has his 5th expansion online. More stalkers are kind of wandering around, seeing if there are any other expansions, but he should find out about that one in the 12 o'clock position.
But he's also sitting 5 bases, so...
Yeah. Alright, so he does take his 5th. SirMalagant does.
Oh, yeah.
So more carriers and more Tempests. So at this point, once you start seeing a lot of Tempests, right, you need to start mixing in your own Tempests as well. And with this amount of bank, you probably want to drop in a few more Stargates. Alright, so here's some charge lots. I'm going to see if he can take care of this expansion. There's a slow warp in on the other side. And there's a Zealot battle. There's a big Maynard of units, but the DTs are going to make work of these Zealots, though. Does not have an observer here. It's making 2 Nexus, 2 expansions at a time. So there's... Yeah, he's behind in supply, so I think he's... You know what? He needs to put some more production facilities down, right? He's only producing 2 air units at a time, while Neutrophil is producing 4 and a mothership.
Right. He could have taken a picture from VeryCool.
Yeah, just drop a lot of production facilities.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you're funneled to 2 air units at a time, and that's not going to be enough to keep up.
Especially against someone like Neutrophil.
Yeah, and you do have a lot of. Oh, he does have 3 now, so he's making 1 Oracle for tagging purposes. I think he's just strapped for minerals at this point.
Yeah.
I wonder why that is. He has a 68. 68 probes is not bad, although Neutrophil is at 77. So the air upgrades it's an arms race here, getting the most upgrades. There's a lot of cannons and shield batteries and the new expansion by Neutrophil. So I think we're here for the long run. Yeah, but he's still behind in supply, 30 supply.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a little lull, calm before the storm here, right? Before the next big engagement. The stalkers are moving and circling around to see, to scout and see what damage they can get done. But he finds out that there's a good initial defense here with charge lot. Oh, he blinks in, but then the zealots are there with the carrier, so that he's going to be able to clean this up easily. He was only able to get a couple of pylons there, which is not a good trade. But he needs to be careful throwing away that gas units. So here we are. We're almost max supply for both. Some mothership coming. One of the longest takes forever to make. I had the same sentiment, Neutrophil. But let's see, it's gonna be a mined out game, I'm guessing. So both armies are just poking. I think there's some more charge slots. Run by to see what's going on, see what they can get done. But SirMalagant's the one who's gonna engage first with the expansion up to 12 o'clock. Right? Neutrophil is trying to get there, but you know what? He changes his mind. He says, I'm gonna go see if I can attack, but you know what? I'm gonna go back home. So, alright, so we have a max supply versus max supply. I don't think the zealots are doing anything down at 6 o'clock. Yeah, there's enough shield battery and cannons there to hold it off. So he did some good damage there. He's just gonna go back. I think he's gonna wait for his mothership and the next upgrade for his air attack upgrade before he engages again. But Neutrophil's chasing him for some reason, and I think he's gonna lose oh no, those are just probes. So he's throwing away probes now. So we're in a stage where, they have a big bank. They don't need 70, 80 probes anymore. They need more attacking units. Right, so he threw away 8 probes so he can make another carrier. So SirMalagant's just cleaning up his side of the map to make sure there are no pylons, any warpins. More probes are being thrown away. You have to be careful though, because you still need to mine. 47 probes still might not be enough because he only has 2k, 1k bank. That's not a lot, right? You can spend all of that after a big battle such as this. So let's see. Here's a big battle. Both motherships are in place. Time warp gets placed, but that's the worst part. I guess it can affect the air units, but does not affect the ground units. Neutrophil's backing up. Archons join the fray. There's a lot of Tempests. The Tempests are just one-shotting these carriers. This is a good battle for Neutrophil. And I think he's gonna... that's what we're gonna say. SirMalagant needs to recall and get out of there. But leaves behind 3 stalkers and an Archon. He loses a lot of probes on his 3 o'clock base. And he's gonna lose this base as well.
Yeah, that was definitely a good trade for Neutrophil.
It is. But if he loses his army, he can't make that big army again, right? Because he's not mining enough, right? So here's a big warp-in of stalkers. And I think Neutrophil has enough air units here to be able to bully SirMalagant back and take care of these 2 lower bases, right? He zones him out. He's going to take out this, I'm going to say 7 o'clock base. And SirMalagant can't go up there very easily right now. he loses his 3 o'clock, so he does have a lot of money though, but he's gonna need to move out to not lose the 6 o'clock base, right? And he needs to get that base back. But here it is. It's a big army. That's a lot of carriers, a lot of Tempests. The Tempests are just gonna focus on the carriers. But again, SirMalagant's only producing 2 carriers at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's another Stargate there. I wonder why he probably doesn't have it control grouped.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, air weapons +3 is almost there. While Neutrophil already has his +3. Yeah, this is not a good battle for SirMalagant. I think unless he gets his max out composition, he's not going to fare well in these battles. Because the DPS provided by these carriers is just insane, right? There's a run by Zealots, but you know what? There's no observer there, so the DTs can easily defend. Yeah, I think Neutrophil is content with taking that next base and just poking. Ooh, see that one shot on the carriers. There's a blink forward by the takes out one carrier. The interceptors are all been released. Now it's making work. That's a lot of DPS. It's probably going to take out that mothership really quickly in like 2 seconds. Actually, less than 2 seconds. Yeah, the DPS of these carriers are crazy right now with a +3. And the amount of carriers there. And since he freed up so much supply to get rid of probes, you know, his standing army is actually pretty huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they should do it, right?
Yeah, there it is. GG.
Yep, GG. It's a standard ground and pound game by the Dallas Scout. I mean, Neutrophil. So we got game 1. The next map pick is for SirMalagant, but you know what? They're both Protoss. So they're both going to benefit from that next map pick, which is Eternal Empire. So, just like last week, SirMalagant lost game 1. So let's see if he gets it together, brings it back, and maybe we can have a game 3.
And I think he had a solid chance there in the first game. So,
well, you know, there's that one big engagement where he won that battle, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then he didn't control it well. And number 2, instead of running back or reinforcing it, he just stayed around the area, and you know, he lost that entire army. And so from then on, downhill.
And I think you noted on something very key too, is the Stargate. He only had 2 Stargates, 3 eventually, but didn't even use all 3 when he needed it.
So I think Freedom is going to be observing for us, since I don't see Dark Menace on, and I think we're good to go. All right, game 2. All right, this is
FSL Season 2 Code S.
right. Let's introduce the players. On the bottom left, falling behind 0-1, we have the Teal Protoss. Yes.
SirMalagant.
And spawning in our upper right-hand corner, the purple Protoss.
Neutrophil.
So yeah, true to form, right? Neutrophil played defensive, played steady, right? He got his advantage, and then once he had enough army, once he had enough minerals, moved across, and then just killed SirMalagant that way. So let's see if SirMalagant will be a little bit more committed in his pressure, or is just gonna, still gonna be macroing up. Here's Neutrophil. He's gonna try to steal the gas, but SirMalagant says, nope, I'm just gonna drop it right now, so I don't have to worry about it. On the other side, same thing. SirMalagant says, I can't steal. They both got their gases so early. This usually works on some newbies, but not against these guys, so. So SirMalagant just goes back. Well, actually, he's gonna be scouting around. He's probably gonna drop a pylon somewhere around here. He usually does that. So the cyber of okay, there you go. There's the cyber. I thought SirMalagant's cyber was pretty late. That's it's not the end of the world. It's not that late. Much later than Neutrophil. So right now it's a standard game. So there is a proxy pylon, like I said. Wonder if he's actually gonna. Oh, looks like it's going to be some sort of a committed attack here. Maybe some Stargate and shield batteries, perhaps?
I'm hoping.
Just waiting for the... Alright, so there is a Stargate, because he was waiting for the cyber. But there's a ninja base by Neutrophil, and this is actually not good because... Well, you know what? If he just makes more stalkers... But he made there's a sentry, the classic sentry for Neutrophil to scout. But you know what he's gonna scout is that there is no Stargate at home. Unless he scouts to the left first. There's a shield battery. It's gonna be a Void Ray harass with some shield battery to replenish its shields while it harasses the main. And this is, if you don't spot this and they get their footing set up, this is actually pretty hard to stop.
It is.
And DB, this is one of the strats that you tried the other day, wasn't it?
It is. Well, yeah, because I've been watching it, and I appreciate how SirMalagant's keeping it at a distance. Because if you get spotted, that's it.
Yeah.
You don't want to get spotted right on. So he's keeping it at a good, safe spot.
Yeah, so there's that scout. It's going to be an Oracle first, but... Oh! Did he spot it? He should be able to see that recall, right? That should ring alarm bells. I'm like, wait, recalled where? Now, yeah, the Oracle's now looking for it. At the same time, Neutrophil's like, he saw it. I'm gonna have to run back, walk back. Well, they don't walk, but they hover back home. And this hovering back home is probably gonna spot these buildings today. No, he does not see it.
See, it's a good spot. Yeah.
He does not see it. In the meantime, here's the Oracle, finds the base, but there's only 2 probes there. I don't want to turn on my beams for just these 2, but you probably should because they're mining these rich Vespine gases. Oracle is it's coming. Neutrophil still has no idea. Alright, so he took care of it, sent a few stalkers. And you know what? If he moves... Oh, he's not moving out. He's getting ready to take his natural expansion. Call it natural because, you should naturally just go there first. That ninja base, high risk, high reward, right? And so I think SirMalagant is just banking the Void Rays.
Oh, can he see
it?
Did he see it?
He still doesn't see it. He still doesn't see
it. Unbelievable.
Still doesn't see it. Now, this observer, if he he rallies it to the left, he should be able to see it. But by that time, I think SirMalagant is ready. And
here it is. Yeah.
He confirms that it's there. SirMalagant says, all right, the gig's up. Now let's see if we can start pushing.
Got the shield battery going up already.
Battery, he has to do the prismatic align against those stalkers, but he doesn't want to commit yet. He's waiting for more Void Rays. He is going to... No, he's not going to lose that Oracle. Oracle needs to start tagging to make sure he's aware where the army positioning is for Neutrophil. But he's chronoing the Void Rays, so he does have full vision of this because there's that observer right there, even transformed to have better range, right? But you know what? That's a lot of... Well, that's 4 Void Rays. All right, The Oracle goes down there, picks out some more probes in the natural, picks out 5. That's not bad. 5. And the thing is, Neutrophil cannot go down there. He can't leave his main base. Right? He just has to stay there and wait for SirMalagant to move out or to start attacking. SirMalagant takes care of the ninja base. Did actually lose a lot of money there for Neutrophil, because not only did he lose the Nexus, but he lost a lot of mining time by recalling those units and then walking back. But anyway, more Void Rays. Fleet Beacon is coming up. He's going to start making Tempest, I'm sure. And he's going to start the siege to the main base. Neutrophil is going to send a couple of Zealots to check out what's going on, to see what SirMalagant's up to, because he cannot afford to send his observer across the map right now, right? He's very scared and weary about this Void Ray attack. Alright, so yeah, we didn't see if anything was killed, but that's what, 6 Void Rays? A 7th is on the way. Yeah, prismatic aligned Void Rays can make work of these Stalkers, even if you have shield batteries. Alright, so the Zealot run by actually kills 2 probes, 4 probes, and it's going to be dealt with slow Zealots. SirMalagant. It's finally going to deal with it. Alright, but 5 probes. Ooh, he moves out. He does a prismatic alignment. That means he can take care of these Stalkers, but the Stalkers run back because there is no shield battery there. I don't know. He didn't get any work done though. He's gonna lose this 1 Void Ray. No!
Oh!
He is gonna lose that 1 Void Ray. That couple of Zealot harassment actually did a lot of damage, indirect damage to SirMalagant, because it took attention away. He's gonna lose this Oracle finally, but you should start picking up these shield batteries. There you go.
Oh, just missed it.
Yeah, the shield batteries are gonna replenish those, and he's gonna lose this 1 Stalker. He's gonna say, "Hey, I really want that shield battery. I'm gonna die killing it," and so he did. And more Void Rays, and that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 more. So this is a good position by SirMalagant, but he hasn't really taken advantage of it that much yet.
Right.
Making more shield batteries down there, so he wants to be able to siege both the main and the natural, but he needs to protect it. He needs to go now. He's gonna lose power on both shield batteries, and he moves back. But you know what? If the Stalkers are down there, you should be free to attack up top, and he does. He takes out 1 shield battery, takes out the other. There's a prismatic alignment, takes out
Nice.
both. Yeah, he's
Wow.
gonna pick up this Robo. But Neutrophil can't recklessly. Oh, there's a blink. He doesn't even kill 1 Void Ray. More shield batteries for Neutrophil, more Void Rays, and I wonder why he didn't make Tempests. Right? He did. A Fleet Beacon should have finished by now already. Neutrophil made 1 Disruptor that's really not going to do much.
I was wondering about the disruptor.
Yeah, see, he needs to transition to Tempests. But instead, he's like, I'm a carrier guy. I don't do Tempests. Early game. Right, so this is what I'm talking about, prismatic alignment. They kill a lot of Stalkers really quickly. He's gonna run back. He's gonna lose because they can one-shot them now. But, if you have a Tempest, you can just shell at it from afar. All right, so Neutrophil is hanging on, drops down a Dark Shrine, while SirMalagant takes his 3rd, and this is just a contain. Oh, he's gonna lose 1 more Void Ray. And he did use the money for the expansion, but here's the first carrier. But there's still a lot of Stalkers there. All right, so there's a blob coming across the map. I think those are more zealots. So he said, you know what, the zealots did well last time. Let's see what they can do this time. He pokes at these shield batteries to take his attention away from the zealots. And let's see what the zealots do at SirMalagant's base. There is a cannon. Oh, you know what? He was able to react much better. But at the same time, while he's reacting, oh, that was a move command. He lost a Void Ray real quick. As soon as they turned on their prismatic alignment, they're able to do a lot of damage to the stalkers. But see, here's what I'm talking about. The stalkers are down there. You should ping pong them up and down.
Right. Keep him going back and forth.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I think he's just trying to get his macro up, getting his base, he's actually upgrading charge lots. He's gonna lose one more shield battery. Right? So yeah, Neutrophil is taking his third, far away. It's a good third, actually, because I don't think SirMalagant will be able to scout this anytime soon. There's a DT, and this one DT can scout the whole area because there is no detection here. And I think he's going to start working on this one pylon. There's a few pylons that he's going to have to take care of, but he did reveal that SirMalagant says, I have no detection here.
And smart attack to follow up with that.
Yeah, he's gonna take out these pylons. He's trying to get an oracle, but I don't know if it's gonna come out in time.
Oh boy, this is crucial. Uh-oh, there goes all your shield batteries.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, he bungled this with having no detection there. You know, one cannon. All right, here we go.
Nice.
Well, Neutrophil smartly recalls, but he still can't do anything about these DTs. So I think he's just going to cut his losses. He's going to go home. He's going to say, you know what, I have 3 bases. I'm dropping down. I already have a robo, 2 more gateways. And I think we can just transition from here. I think, you know, he had that big window to take care of Neutrophil already. So,
That's okay. Now we go into a 1-hour game. No.
Yeah, he's going to lose these Void Rays. He's gonna be able to pick out a lot of these stalkers though, but I think this will be the last of the Void Rays because all of his there's 2 more back home. He did recall. Yeah, I think Neutrophil, you need to back up. Right, just pick up no, he blinks in, gets that one cannon. But yeah, there's another shield battery there that's been overcharged, and you know at this you're not gonna be able to kill any units very easily with that overcharge there. SirMalagant takes his 4th. And that's the thing about SirMalagant. He expands a lot.
He's like the Zerg Protoss player.
Yeah, for some reason, the DTs always work. But I guess, you know, he didn't have a robo yet at that time, but he did have a forge. So I think he could have made like a couple of cannons in that area where he had his stargates.
Right.
So Neutrophil takes his 4th essentially, but just SirMalagant might think it's his 3rd. So SirMalagant thinks he's way ahead, but right now it's actually a very even game. SirMalagant says, you know, I am a carrier player through and through. I lost my stargates. You know what? I'm gonna make 3 more. It's funny that one stalker scouts everything, still remains there, untouched. There's a big army coming through for Neutrophil, but I think he's just posturing there. He is gonna scout that there's a base here. SirMalagant's out of position, so he needs to get down there as soon as he can. All right, he blinks in. Neutrophil blinks in, takes care of these pylons really quickly. Right, there is one disruptor. That disruptor could be really scary. Where is SirMalagant's army? It does not. So they're just trickling in one at a time. He's gonna lose his base. Yeah, where is his army? Yeah, I wonder why he's like severely outmatched in terms of number in the count. But yeah, I think this is the beginning of the end here. I don't think SirMalagant can take care of this. Here's a oh my goodness! That's one of the more efficient disruptor hits you can make. Takes care of 5 stalkers and a few zealots, and I think this would be it. I mean, with Blink Stalker Micro, make it as efficient as possible. The shield battery is doing a lot of work though, but you know you can just pick at it from a distance here. Takes care of the zealots, take care of the gateway. He force fields them out. He's trying to get the immortals, but the immortals, you know, oh, he blinks in to take care of the immortals. One go down, the second's being targeted. Charge out's on its way, and I think, yeah, well, he doesn't. Shield batteries are doing a lot of work here, and the overcharge too. And he's not reinforcing fast enough. Neutrophil is. So this
he left.
But you know what?
He left the disruptor out there too.
Yeah, this is a run by with these zealots, this is really really great for SirMalagant, and so pushes Neutrophil back. You know, this reminds me of again. It's that game against Freedom where SirMalagant was virtually dead, and he holds at that choke point, and because of that, he comes back to win. So let's see if it's going to be the same thing here. That hero disruptor is still there. It's by itself. It's probably gonna shoot again. Here's a blink forward by Neutrophil, but he runs away from the range of the shield battery. Now he tucks himself in the corner. But you know what? He's just gonna need to abandon that. Save those stalkers. All right, so there are more. He's gonna do another run by, but he's waiting for the right moment. But you know what? He's able to amass enough army now. Problem is that one disruptor. Does he have blink? No, SirMalagant does not have blink. So that one disruptor can give SirMalagant a hard time here from fully committing in an engagement. Here's another run by, but there are DTs there now. But I think these zealots will be able to kill a few probes before the DTs deal with them. Alright, there's that one disruptor. Let's see if he's gonna shoot. And it's going to shoot right now. It's gonna take care of right in the middle of the battle. And it doesn't matter how many shield batteries you have, it won't be able to heal all of those units when the disruptor goes off.
Right.
Alright, so yeah, so he sees that base, but he takes, he's like, you know what, you like ninja bases? I know, I do ninja bases. Right, so SirMalagant takes the upper left. And you know what, we're neck to neck again. It's another tied scenario. We have 120 supply versus 120 supply. The bank is about virtually the same. Fleet Beacon is getting online. Air upgrades coming. It's a lot of Archons. Yeah, but you know what? This is all about engagement and positioning, and those Archons are going to be clumped up in the back and not participate. Half of them won't participate if he doesn't engage this properly. All right. It's funny. They're both at 134 supply exactly. So here it is. There's that one disruptor, shoots his ball right in the middle. The Archons survive. You know, there's only one disruptor there. And those Archons do a lot of work, but you know what? Neutrophil backs off. He's making 3 Tempests at a time. So there's another base being taken by Neutrophil at 12 o'clock. While transferred. Actually, he has it fully saturated already. He had second thoughts about bringing those up, but I guess he's gonna bring it up. Oh, he's gonna try to prepare to mine the next base, though. So this is still gonna go on for a while here. More Archons. That one. You know how many kills does that one
Oh.
Disruptor have? Let's see. 14, and those are 14 high-priced units too.
That was worth the investment. Yeah.
But yeah, worth the investment. So let's see. You already fired its shot earlier, so there's nothing right now. But SirMalagant backs off. Doesn't want to engage there, and they're just.
You can almost see the level of respect that they have with each other. Just I mean, I guess they played each other many times already, but
Yeah,
you
well,
know.
in this type of unit composition, Neutrophil doesn't want to blink in because those are powerful units. And at the same time, SirMalagant doesn't want to commit because he doesn't have blink, right? And that's why they're like trying to stay away from each other. But at the same time, Neutrophil has a plan B, and the plan B is to have the Tempest join
Yeah.
the field, and they can shoot from afar, and they'll be protected by the ground units, right? So let's see. Now I think SirMalagant's out of position. Those are a lot. That's a lot of Archons, but you know the Archons have very short reach, and the Tempest can just shell out from afar. And here it is. Here's Neutrophil revealing his Tempests. It's gonna be shooting, and here's the battle and another choke point. A lot of Archons, but half of those Archons are not firing, right? So, yeah. Look at the other Archons. 4 or 5 of them are just trying to get in position at the same time while the front ones are getting shelled at. This is not a good composition for SirMalagant, especially with the Tempest backing for Neutrophil. He needs a way, or actually, you know, he doesn't have anything here that can deal with Tempest. There is a run by up top, but, you know, Neutrophil left DTs for that specific purpose. So now these Tempests are just going to one-shot units while they kite. And I don't think SirMalagant can do anything about it. He doesn't have the upgrade yet, and it's going to come online now. So now they can do a lot of damage on these the structures. And there's another ball come in. Takes out 5 more units. Let's see. Oh, 70. So only 3 more units from that disruptor ball. But SirMalagant evacuates, but I think the writing is on the wall, right? He doesn't have enough units. Finally brings an observer with his run by, but you know, I think it's a little bit too late.
Yeah, too little, too late.
Yeah. Yeah, the Tempests are just gonna target these pylons one at a time, and he's gonna kill them so fast before SirMalagant gets even close to position to get to the main base of Neutrophil. More Tempests are going in, but they're just gonna run back home. They are exposed there though. He needs to run back home. And he doesn't even bother. He's just gonna target them. And
Recall.
Big recall. Yeah, I think this is it. There's SirMalagant recalls back and back to a decimated base.
Yep, there it is.
And this is it. GG is called. Phil takes it. Hoping that we would get a game 3, but I guess settled the game 2.
It's settled. And it works out in your favor too, Seth, right? So
Yes.
Hey.
I'm trying to hide my excitement, but yes. Good game,
Just
guys.
happy.
good game.
Good game.
GG's.
GG.
So SirMalagant,
Dude,
that was a
freaking-
good proxy Void Ray. But
I
you
lost my Void Ray when I retreated. What the heck happened? I was like,
you had the advantage there, but you didn't press your advantage. You
yeah.
were for those Void Rays.
I should have made more shield batteries, actually.
So my question is, so you had that entrenched position. You had, pretty good number of shield batteries. You had Void Rays, and then you dropped a fleet beacon. But then you didn't make any Tempests.
Yeah, that's my mistake there. Actually,
So-
I forgot to upgrade my speed for the Void.
I
That's
see.
why they were so slow. It's like, oh my gosh, I forgot to upgrade my speed. No
And
wonder.
one quick last question for me. So you did see the probes being recalled by Neutrophil, right?
Yes, I saw that. That's why I said, ooh, a
And so
recall.
that was my segue to Neutrophil was, Neutrophil, you knew that he knows that you know that he knows.
I just saw like the teal thing on the mini map and then I was like, oh no. I saw the Oracle. He
And
was
so
like
they
looking
had to
around.
run back home.
Yeah, just in time when my Oracle started to peek in, I was like, ooh, a recall happened. Ah, there's gotta be something.
And there's
Yeah.
no natural, so alarm
Yeah.
bells were ringing. But anyway, DB, do you have any questions for SirMalagant?
No, as far as game, you guys played awesome games. That was so much fun to watch. I was kind of hoping for a game 3, but
Yeah.
no, that was beautiful and it was fun to watch. Congratulations to both of you, and I look forward to seeing the next matches. So
Yeah. Good game.
Yeah, good
Well
job.
played,
GG's.
Neutrophil.
Cool. That was good. Good job. GG's.
GG's.
Freedom, do you have any questions for the players?
No, you guys may meet the playoffs again, so I'm sure
Yep.
you're preparing. You know what to expect. The ninja bases, the DTs, the sky toss.
Yeah.
So that's a nice little preview. But that's pretty much gonna do it, guys, for our FSL.
All right.
Thanks for
Yes.
watching, everybody.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
guys. GG, man. So what happens now, Seth? You're
We'll see you guys next time. This is Freedom signing out. See you on Friday. That'll do it.